PK here. For this video today I'm going to talk about Super Mario World. The Cartridge Club is actually playing the game Super Mario World as their game of the month for the month of August, so I wanted to talk about this game. This was actually my really first time seriously playing this game. I'm playing it on my SNES Classic, and I beat it. I did just beat it. And I wanted to talk about it because it's kind of an interesting game that my experience with might be different than other people. Super NES was the very first video game console I ever bought with my own money. In fact, I spent $100 on it, as I recall, because the $100 one didn't have the game, as I recall. Maybe it was 100, maybe it was more than 100. I can't remember. I think it was like 100. But anyways, so Super Mario World, man, I've always had a love-hate relationship with this game because, again, I didn't own it as a kid, and I knew other people who owned it. And for me, as a a veteran of the time of Mario 1, 2, and 3, the hardest part for me was getting used to, I never could get used to the 4 buttons, on the Super Nintendo controller for playing a Mario game. I'm so used to only having 2, and it's just kind of like, and so the extra stuff just complicated it, and the different moves that Mario could do, like looking up or doing the spin jump, just really confused me as a kid, so I never much cared for this game. I don't actually own an actual cart of it, but I do have a cart of Super Mario All-Stars Plus World, which also has that in it. What's interesting is a kid I knew when I was one of my best friends in like the 5th grade. He actually had gotten that version of the pack-in game, and I remember thinking that's just so cool to have Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World on one cartridge. This is amazing. And that's also a lot of people consider to be like the finished version of the game because Luigi has a different sprite set. I mean, it's mostly cosmetic, but still pretty awesome. And anyway, so yeah, this is my first time beating the game, as you can see in the background. What can I say? It's a game I just never really much appreciated because, again, I was so used to the 2 buttons instead of 4-button Mario style of gaming, platforming, and I just never could adapt until recently trying it again. There's a lot of things I learned about the game that I didn't know until playing it this time. The fact that you can backtrack is a huge improvement over Super Mario Bros. 3 because there was a lot of times you'd like to go to the same level. It's also great for like building up guys. It's really easy to get 99 lives in this game. Like go to the Forest of Illusion, a bunch of times and get the star, and you can build lives pretty quickly. The other thing I never knew playing this game as a kid was that if you hit the select button that the power-up actually comes down so you can switch back and forth. That was something I didn't know. In fact, it took me, I was almost to Bowser by the time I figured that out. Like, wow, really? Something too is like flying with the cape. That's also something that I didn't like as a kid because I didn't really quite understand how to fly with the cape. The key is when you're doing the running jump is you have to hit the back on the D-pad to get him to do the thing every so often, and that was something I just didn't know because it was one of those things. I never owned the game, so whenever I try to play this game I was always get really frustrated. I'm like, I never got even past the first level until starting to play this game. What can I say about Super Mario World? It's a fantastic game. It still doesn't quite hold the place in my heart that Super Mario 3 or even Super Mario 2 holds, but I think that I have a new, greater found appreciation for it, and I understand how important it is to the significance of the Mario series. I mean, you can tell there's a lot of cues that new Super Mario Brothers has taken from this game as well. It's a fantastic game, and I totally recommend people playing it, especially if you had bad feelings about it like I did. I totally recommend, hey, go out and give this game a try again. It's not that bad, really. And the 4 buttons, once you actually figure out what each button serves as a purpose and the power of the cape, which is another, again, like I said, was an issue for me, was the power of the cape, because I've always loved the raccoon leaf and the raccoon suit. That was my jam. I love that. So anyways, I'm really excited. I had a really great time playing this game. Also, go check out the Cartridge Club and see what their game of the month is for this next month or months after, or whatever you're seeing this video in the future. That's a great club of people. I'm not really an official member or anything, but I've been friends with a lot of those people for a long time, and they're really good people. And I never understood the concept of community until I started playing this game with, as far as video game communities, how positive they can be. It's great having people root you on to play a game and that people are all playing the same game. I'm never really a huge fan of book clubs or anything, but this video game club is awesome, and I totally recommend checking their stuff out, even if you have no interest in being a member or anything. But I'm a bit of a maverick, what can I say? But anyways, so Super Mario World, go check it out. It's an awesome game, and I highly recommend it. This isn't, I don't know what score I would give it if I gave scores out, which I don't really do, but I'll give the score of worth playing for sure. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like, subscribe, all that crap. Anyways, take care and keep on gaming.